Yo, what's good, everybody? J-Ping here checking in, respectmyregion.com. We're back with another episode of RMR TV and our Spotlight series. Today we're going to be interviewing a very special guest that goes by the name of Lewie, repping Tacoma, the 253. So we're going to wait for him to join the live. It's an artist that we're very excited about, someone that we've been supporting for a long time. Today's episode is powered by and in sponsorship with RMR Legacy Smalls. This is our premium indoor cannabis flower available in Washington and California. I'm just outside of Santa Barbara doing some deliveries today. And so make sure you guys check that out. You can get that at Diamond Green in Tacoma. And we got Lewie here right now, so let's go ahead and bring him back. Let's go and bring him up. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. See if we can get this to connect. Yo, what's up, bro? How you living? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Man, tapping in, man. How you living? What's good?
Shit, I'm living good, bro. I'm straight.
Yo, you're in Atlanta. You're in Georgia. Where you at these days?
I'm in the A. I'm in Atlanta.
Love it. I love it, man. It's good to see you. It's been a few years. Congratulations on the drop, bro. 1,600-degree burns.
Oh yeah, that was some little shit I put together.
I just was listening through it. I'm over here driving up and down the coast right now in Cali and was just bumping through that. And I really enjoyed the production. I also really enjoyed just the way that your voice came across through the whole project, bro. I feel like, and on our side of the fence, it's like we never mean it to be offensive when we're like, I've really noticed improvement, but I felt like, damn, that's a real body of work right there. Like, I was like, that sounds like one of those studio-ready productions and projects, you know, and so hats off for you there, bro. Big respect.
Hey, you can pin Magic Images comment. Bro, that nigga, hey, but on some real shit though, that project was like put together so fast, like just cause the situation I'm in, I'm like, well, I need to put out a project. So I literally put that project, all those songs is done. I don't think there might be 2 new songs on there from the last like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is pretty much like the beginning of the year.
Did you have any out of those? I believe it was 6 tracks, 12 or so minutes. Did you have a particular favorite one? Maybe one that you like, the one that you really enjoyed making the most?
I like House Full of Women.
Yeah.
House Full of Women. I like that one the most, for sure. But all those songs, like I said, all those songs like older.
Just holding on to those until the right
I ain't
time.
gonna lie, I'm not holding on no more. I'm about to just start dropping. I got another project dropping on Friday the 13th in October.
Oh, that'll be fire. What do you have the name for that one?
It's called The Life of T-Bone.
The Life of T-Bone. Now, I know that we've known each other for quite some time. As James was saying, we've been supporting you, Scott, I believe since 2010, maybe 11 at the latest, like going back some time. Well over a decade of work for you, bro. I know for those of you people that are watching that don't know, Lewie rocks the 253, Tacoma, and honestly, too, out of everybody in Tacoma, you put on for the Pacific Northwest really hard. It's not just about any one city. You go hard for the music community as a whole. What is it like being an artist that's been doing it for a decade, bro? Because you're still young, and you've been in this game a decade already.
I mean, it's like, with me, it's more so just the professionalism, the business. So that's pretty much the difference. That's the difference. I don't feel like I've been in it in the business a decade. I've been doing music since I was in 5th grade, but I ain't been in the music business for that long.
Do you feel like the last few years, the business side of stuff, has that taken away from any of the creative, or do you feel like you're still having just as much fun?
It doesn't take away. I'm just more mindful. I'm more mindful of what I do, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Where the shows I'm on, who I'm featured with, stuff like that.
It all
I'm more mindful of that.
It all goes towards building the right brand that you're going for.
Yep, and then it's like everything is like build. That's what I'm learning about the music. Everything is build, so I'm like, they got to make money.
Have you obviously like the first few years you are building, you get to like year 5, right? Let's just like year 5 for us as being fans and working with you is like 2015 and 16, right? It's like when we're starting to hit stride. And I actively am seeing you out at all kinds of different shows all over Seattle back then. Shit, bro, I think, were you an opener for that Migo show back in the day, that 2015, 20, was it 20,
Uh,
at
um,
Showbox?
that's about,
I
yeah,
was like, that was one of the coolest moments of my life, is seeing you perform up there in front of that shit, and then being up there for their set right afterwards.
yeah,
And I remember back then being like, one, I'll never forget it. Two, I was like, you're one of the few artists that always remembers me and shows me the respect of the grind and the hustle. So I always appreciate that. But I'll never forget that. That was one of those moments where I was like, damn, is this guy gonna remember me? And then you performed, came off and was like, oh man, what's good, blah blah blah. And I was like, damn, like this guy just killed it and still made time to show love. And I remember in that moment I was like, this guy's gonna be one of those people that we see just hustling and grinding. And whether you blow up now or whether you booming and you have a career later, one way or the other, I was like, I know that this is
yeah.
gonna happen because you're gonna will it to existence. Now,
That's
I know you've got a sports background as well. I know you a hooper. Do you feel like the what you learn in sports, and does that any apply to the hustle and the work ethic that you have and how you applied it to music?
yeah. I understand the sports different too, and uh, the sports is the same way for real. Like it's all a grind. That's why like I feel like once I got to a certain point, I started earning like a certain level of respect from the athletes. Feel me? Like nigga said, I'm the Jamal Crawford of the rap. I mean, like yeah, pretty. Like I just stay true to myself, and I just believe like the work will pay off. Like feel me? And it's crazy because it's like even though I'm not a even though I'm not a big star, it's like feel me? A nigga can still make money off this shit to where I don't really have to do nothing crazy.
I think that pays respect to the consistency, right? It's when you're working when most people are not, and what most people are considered work, you don't you aren't doing necessarily that same kind of work. You're focusing on your craft, you're focusing on your grind there. How much time would you say you really put into the music grind, whether it's a studio session, daily, weekly? What how much time are you putting in the gym these days, Louis, for that?
Uh, what in the studio?
Music.
Um, shit, I really can't even count, bro. I just right now I'm dropping music, so I just slowed up in the studio for real. But shit, even the other night I hit the studio and made like 6 songs. So it's like I can't really put a number
Six
on it.
6 songs. So is that something that you wrote over like a 2 week or 3 week window, or is that something you just had ready over? You did it in one night, same kind of thing. What does that process look like for you, bro?
Usually I don't write, so I don't write, and I like punch in.
Okay.
Um, but lately, like the last couple of sessions, I've been writing. So I'll write that day. I'll just write that day, and I'll try to write like 5 songs that day, and then I'll go lay them down that night.
That's crazy. I can't imagine at least for my brain, I can't imagine just having the ability to be like, hear this and just say fire shit and tell a story. And like, not only that, but then do this post production. What is the current team like for you when it are like in terms of like the producers that you're working with and the engineers? Who are those cats? Let's show some love to the people that are helping you fucking crush it.
Um, the producers I'm working with, who am I working with right now? It's a female out of it's a female out of Walla Walla. Dre's still popping. I've been working with her. Um, other than that, I'm trying to get some. Oh, I did get some beats from Young Land. Young Land's a major producer. He produced hits for Roddy, the Boom Boom Room. He got too many records, but I linked in with him. Um, my guy, High Class. They all from out here though.
Yeah.
So
Is and that and James had another good question up there. The inspiration from Atlanta. Are you noticing, just the ability to work with more people out there, just having a greater, easier access, maybe to more
yeah,
of that
work out
caliber of
here.
producers?
It's about the music out here. So that's why I fuck with out here. It's really about the music.
It's crazy because it's like you build your brand as in a local following, and then same way as how we built ours, and then we leave and we go work with other people of other calibers, and then it takes it to a whole different echelon, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy because when I come out here, like, and go to the studio out here, they just show crazy love. Like, it's ridiculous. It's because they trying to make money. They try to make money, so it don't always necessarily link up. And when I come back home to Seattle, Tacoma, I feel like every link up's about money. So it's like, from the producers, from like engineers, everyone's money driven, and out here they don't be off that. It's just about the art first.
Because the doper the art, the more natural and better the content, the better the collab can be, right? The better the creation.
Yeah, it's just not a lot of people. It's not a lot of people back home making a whole lot of money off music.
What do you feel like for you coming up? What are you most excited about? You've got this next project coming up on Friday the 13th in October. What would you say you're most excited about? What can fans really be kind of like anticipating from you for that?
This amount of music, I ain't never dropped this amount of music before.
Okay.
I got
Is
like
that
three. I got like three projects dropping in like a 4 month span, like a 3 4 month span. So it's like August, October, and then I'm thinking like December.
that's gonna be fire? I'm excited. I know for me personally, there's just so much music out there. The ability to consume 6, 8, 10 tracks from somebody in one sitting, it's really easy. We spend a lot of time behind the wheel, right? Like just driving and working. And nowadays, just like have your headphones in while you're working is not a big deal for a lot of jobs.
Yeah,
Um, when someone like when you meet somebody in Atlanta now, you're not to say you're new out there, but you're fresher out there compared to some people that have been out there for years and years. What do you describe your music as to people? What is there a way to describe it that warms somebody up, or how does that? What do you really
no,
describe
I
it as?
just play it. I just play it. I be wanting to see people's reactions. I just play the shit and uh, see how they react. And that's pretty much it. Really, I don't really. I just tell them to listen to it. Pretty much. It's different out here. Like they really listen. They not really like it's. There's lack. There's not really too much competition. You know what I mean? Like they don't look at you as competition. Like they'll let you get the odds, or they'll let you. Feel me? Like
Yeah,
they're not worried.
I think that's a great way to approach it as well. Like there's in this art space, right? And it being primarily just, a listening thing, it can be such a gimmick to be funny and bright, right? It can be such a gimmick to be crazy or aggressive, right? Or to be super, super flashy.
Right.
And if the art can really just speak for itself and the come up, the story, if that can all really speak for itself, that could really go a long way. I know I resonate with a lot of stuff like that. That mixtape era artist
Yeah.
is all about that come up, right?
Yeah. And
For
then
you, go ahead.
it's gonna be good because I'll be done with my deal after these projects, so I can enjoy the independent side and decide if I want to just continue like signing like, and that's what I be. It's like the hoop. It's like hoop shit. Like feel me? Like it's like sports. Like nigga, after one contract, it's the other.
Yeah.
If you perform good on this one, it's a better one for you. If like so, I'm just learning pretty much.
I feel like a lot of artists, specifically in the Northwest, I feel like they probably don't have much experience with record deals. I think it's a select
Uh,
few that get
Cause
offered
cause
that,
they don't make
or
cause they don't make money off the music. Like once you
why do you
make
think that
money,
is?
I think that the city's too small for as much hate as we got for each other. Like Atlanta's a real big city,
Yeah.
so it's like there's more supporters than there are haters, and I feel like it's the other way around out in the Pacific Northwest. Like
It
it's too
almost
small. It's too
it like suffocates itself. The
yeah.
negativity
It's like
actually
we
doesn't
already
allow it.
don't have a big loud hip hop culture at all. Like, so it's like we like this big and everybody's hating on that shit, and it's like everybody don't fuck with each other and everybody hate on each other out. But really, nobody makes money off of it like how they should for real, except for a few. Feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Do you feel like and do you feel like leaving Washington, leaving Seattle, leaving Tacoma, you know, the performing, the working with a lot of the artists just consistently on the day to day? Do you feel like leaving there and going to Atlanta has just really opened up just an unconscious amount of doors for you, just more and more opportunities?
bro, my videographer, Magic Images, shout out Magic. He lives here with me. We live together. So it's like he bounced out here too. So did my engineer, Joe the Don.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
out here
Shout out
doing
to
it.
Joe Papa Don, man.
Bro, Joe just mixed the song for Future. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Congrats to Joe. Let's go.
like Joe's working personally with Young and May. Joe is always at the Future studio. Joe got me into the DJ Drama studio.
Damn. That's crazy.
And then I got Magic. Magic's just meeting everybody, and they just really love the circle. They love the circle, and they like, you got Lewie, who's dope, but then you got Joe, who's fire, and then you got Magic, who's fire, and then they just fuck with it. It's crazy because it's like the studios I got introduced to, you
Yeah.
couldn't just get in. So I'm blessed to have people like Joe.
It's crazy how the wizards behind the boards can really untap some of that
Bro,
potential for things.
Joe's the fucking Chris Paul. Like, bro, like
This makes me so happy. Joe was on Respect My Region's team for half a
I
little bit
didn't
when he
even
was at
know
UW.
that until he told
Yeah,
me.
he was one of the very first interns we had 7, 8 years ago, and was one of the best writers who really, really knew music. And eventually, picking between music and journalism, you have to go with your passion. And
Bro,
just to
Joe,
see the way you guys have
they
blossomed has
love
been very
Joe.
exciting.
They love Joe at Future Studio, bro. Like they love him to the point where I can barely get on Joe's schedule. Like, like for real, like it's really like that. So it's like when you got assets to the team like that, bro, Scooter, all them cats follow Joe now. Young and May, they repost anything, and he's posted me. So I'm his main client. So now it's like I get them eyes. So now I go to them studios and I just get love. And it's like, then I bring Magic along. Then they be like, he shoots all your videos and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just hand for hand. So it's like, I don't get that. Like I was just back in Washington and I was feeling like smothered. I was feeling smothered. Like I couldn't do shit. I had bad run-ins with a couple engineers. It was just like, they just operate different out there. It's money driven for real. Like when you on the clock in Pacific Northwest, you on the clock for real. Like
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Northwest for being where we come from, and shout out to all the opportunities in the other industries and the other communities that have been doing it. I think it's proof here, no matter what is going on in Seattle and Tacoma and all these other, and in any city, but I think it's proof that hard work, number one, if you are willing to put it in and you go put yourself in another environment and you're dope and you're real and you're cool, some version of cool, whatever that means, because it's different for everybody, then that shit, you got a chance. And shout out to Joe and shout out to you guys, bro, because what you guys are doing is very inspiring. As I said, like to see you start where you were at, to then to be there with you for that Migos concert, which will never forget, and to then be watching you doing your tours and the music with Cowboy, and now
oh yeah,
out there in Atlanta,
Cowboys out
it's
here too.
it's cool, bro. It's just straight up
Cowboys out
dope.
here too. And Cowboys another one who showed hella love, bro. Invited me to the crib, cook up, stuff like that. I'm just like, damn, like, I'm just a nigga from Tacoma, Washington. Like for
Well, it's
real.
you're a real person, bro. You work hard. You know, people see that grind, that hustle, and they just are like, you know, it's not about big brothering or little broing nobody or father or nobody being no one's son, nothing like that. It's just about like it's just really a respect thing.
Yeah,
People really gravitate towards that shit, and it comes from sports, right? We recognize when other people are working hard and then they're good too, right? We always like no one hates on the person who got a fire ass shot, who's first in all the drills, who's strong. No one's hating on the person who crushes it on a bunch of things. But people definitely hate on the guy who doesn't work hard with a bad attitude and then has a jump shot, right?
yeah.
Like so it's always better to ultimately just be like that. Now I want to switch over to a little bit of like a lighter section here, kind of hot takes. I know you ingrained in the Washington culture, ingrained in the Northwest. I got a couple just this or that. Let me know the first thing that comes to mind. We're gonna just freestyle a couple here. Now, what are those monumental, iconic restaurants that you gonna take your homies to in Tacoma? Who's getting the love?
Um, well, I gotta take him to Fish House on the hill. Uh, then I got I just had I don't know if Essence is still open on 6th Ave, but Essence was fire. This is soul food joints, and then probably like any little hole in the wall Chinese joints. Specifically,
Fire.
there's one on the east side on like 72nd and like McKinney. I don't know if it's still up, but yeah, them three. I'll probably take them to them three for sure. I know they ain't gonna say nothing about them three,
Do you eat before you go to the studio, or are you eating in the studio? What's your usual habits for that?
bro. Uh, I don't eat too much before the studio because we be getting bottles after bottles. So it's like I'll eat during and order some wings or something like that. But I don't eat too heavy at the stew like that.
And you're not gonna say big guy like you not like what I'm saying, full size adult male, you know what I mean? But like you're not the biggest, largest, fattest dude I've ever seen by any means.
Nah,
What would you say? And you say popping bottles. I didn't know you was what's your drink of choice? Dark, light? You got a brand? You got a
tequila.
drink? Tequila, man. We got tequila 2 days in a row. I love it. I
I
love
fuck
it.
with anything tequila. Well, I'm learning about different tequilas and shit. I wanted to get my own tequila. I wanted to get my own shit until I found out how hard it was. That's a whole nother lane.
The which leads me to this next part. Congratulations on launching your own cannabis brand and then your own products. Your products are available at Zips in Tacoma and a couple other
Yeah, it's
places,
sold out
correct?
right now. Our product sold out first weekend.
Easy. There we go.
We was top seller for Seattle and Tacoma that weekend that we sold out. And
That's
right now
fire.
it's just about coming back to the drawing board and really just trying to go round two and really stay consistent because the business is also different. So I wasn't
Yeah,
liking my contract with the label who I was with on the cannabis side.
I feel that. What what went into the curation and that? Like you obviously have to pick your own packaging and you got to pick your own strains. Can you talk a little bit about that
Uh,
experience?
well, I just sat down. I just sat down with the bros, um, mainly Magic, Rose, Magic, Rose, my dog LA, them two, or them three, and really just like you know shop the weed with Rose, like let him smoke the weed, and then I'm behind all the graphics, and I'll have the mind for it, the creative vision, and they'll do all the like the actual taste testing shit like that. And then we just put it together. And then the jars, we had to do something different. I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do the Mylar packaging. So I
Yeah.
was like, let's do the jars. It was a little bit more expensive though. So we got to cut down like production costs.
How did you go about picking the strains? Did you smoke a bunch of different stuff,
No, I don't
or
smoke.
walk me? What was that like?
I don't smoke.
You don't smoke,
No,
not at all.
no.
Is there? Have you ever?
Yeah, I stopped smoking like 7 years ago though.
Wow.
But I smoke like five times a year type shit.
Oh, I see. So just a little celebration here and there with the homies. That makes
Rose
sense.
was
So
the
that
one up. Rose was the one up in the warehouses and shit. I know what it needs to look like, and Rose
Yeah,
knows what it needs to smoke like.
yeah. That's crazy. No, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it's a team play, and a big shout out to you guys for selling that out. I think that's, to all the artists out there, you guys got to build a brand. You guys got to build a following community. I definitely saw the marketing online for that, and
Yeah, I
fuck, bro,
saw.
I
I got
wanted to
on
go
a,
buy that shit.
I got on a, like an hour call with Mitch about it before, and just got some game on, how to approach it.
The cannabis industry, man, like you said, it's a different game, that's for sure. We're having a blast with it here right now, which leads me to my next point. You guys, make sure you guys tap in, stay tuned, follow Lewie on his account for the next drops for more updates on that. We're definitely going to try to figure out a way to support him getting his next drop in. And for those of you that need some weed right now, you guys in Tacoma, go buy that weed from Diamond Green. You can get it at the bakery in Seattle. We got Respect My Region's flower out there right now. Louis, we
Oh,
should
in the
talk about
store,
we should talk about a collab. We should talk about a collab in the future, bro. Be
bro.
dope.
In the near future,
Shit would be crazy, bro.
yeah, in the near
Shit.
future, we need to do that.
Um.
ASAP.
So I know you're a hooper. I know you from Tacoma. I know you homies with one of the most iconic Northwest athletes, Isaiah Thomas. What is it like, you know, being in the studio with him? What is it like
Had
growing
IT
up?
pull up. I had IT pull up to DJ Drama studio. He met
That's
Drama
crazy.
that night. Him and Drama linked up, and Drama was when they heard IT was pulling up. It was like, who got IT pulling up here? Like, and they was like, Louis got IT pulling up. So it was dope. It was for real. It was dope for bro to pull up like that. No cap. It was dope. It was dope.
That's People sleep on the Northwest. It's like you got to go places and, oh, where you from? Oh, I'm from here. And it's like, oh, but I'm from Texas. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, I'm from Queens. Oh, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Chicago. And it's like they got so much prestige and this like glaring just culture overshadowing us. And then you just think of like you and, Macklemore and
Macklemore
fucking
showed some love too.
bro, it's crazy because you guys transcend the culture. You guys are real people in this area. You're not just rappers. You're a figure where you're from, and
Yeah.
I think that truly speaks to what you've done, investing your time in the community. I can't stress it enough that like we try to support people and artists and humans that we really really like as people, and there's a lot of great rappers out there. There's a lot of people that make dope music. There's a lot of people that will just walk the fuck out of the interview as soon as they feel some kind of way and bounce. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna stick there and struggle through a lot of this shit. And you've had to be in front of on those stages when there's not a lot of people in the crowd, and all the way to thousands of people. What has it been like touring, bro? What has it been like performing across the country? Walk me through what some of those experiences have been like. I know you've been on the East Coast and the South. You know, how has that been for you?
It's easy when you're not the headliner. Like when I'm just the opener, it's easy. It's cool. It's a lot of stress off my back. I don't really have to worry too much about budgeting and a whole bunch of shit. But my last headline tour, like that shit was a little harder than I thought it was. I was like, damn, like we only got like three of us, and the label and the management, they probably got like 10, 20 people. So
Mm-hmm.
they they like, I mean, we had everything. I'm in the office right now. We had everything just on the whiteboard, then we did everything from here. And
Wow.
I kind of, we booked every show from this room, literally every show from this
Wow.
room. Uh,
That's crazy.
and we figured it out. That shit's just hard. Touring is hard, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's hard. It's harder than a lot of people think. Motherfuckers just think like touring, live your best life. Like that was kind of when I went on tour with Mosey. It was like that. It was like that. It was live your best life. I met a whole lot of people who is on now, who wasn't on then, who was coming up, and then like Shorty's tour was like kind of the same, and then my tour was like nerve wracking because I don't know who the fuck's about to come out for Bellingham show. I
Yeah.
don't know who's gonna come out for it because I don't know how big my fan base is. So it's just like just testing the waters.
And I remember the Shorty tour and the Lil Mosey tour going back. Was there, at that time, Lil Mosey's blowing up, becoming one of the biggest artists in the world at that time, right? And that it was that rise. And Shorty comparatively is after his more popular track. What would you say was the biggest differences between being on that major level tour called a mid-major tour and then yourself? Obviously, like the workload and the planning, but was it
It's
really just
like how sports is like fucking with Mosey, and his biggest time was like going to Duke. Like nigga, that shit was like going to Duke. Like nigga, this the big leagues. And then fucking with Shorty is like not. It's not Duke, but it's like the mid major, like you said.
yeah,
And then like,
D1,
and then like
but not the
myself is
same?
like, I feel like I'm like the low major D1. Like I'm there. I'm just I gotta work on my core fan. I gotta work on my fan base more. So it's just,
Yeah.
but it's good
Well,
that I did that because at least, like, bro, all my shows was like at least 100 people.
yeah.
Even in the little city, the Bellingham show was, bro, dope. Walla Walla was crazy. Like, they knew words, songs.
What would you say was the most surprising moment from any of those like littler shows? Where it's like, is there like a moment when they're like all singing your words, like you cut the music and they're you just hold the mic out and they're just singing? Is
Yeah, they do that. I'm used to that, so they do that. But I was probably more surprised than like Spokane. They knew the new songs. So, and they was requesting songs. I had
Wow.
dudes like, bro, do tear laps. Like, I had dudes like yelling out songs and shit. So I'm like,
That's fire. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the hot takes real quick, and then we're gonna get you out of here. So I know you know music. I know you know sports. I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a Dirk Nowitzki fan, even though he's got an
shit.
ugly ass shot. So we're gonna just hit me with your starting five basketball. If we're playing 2K against each other, who are you picking?
I got AI as my one.
Okay.
I got, ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Because in the one I got AI or Kyrie, bro. Those are my favorite two ones. But I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
skill wise, Kyrie got AI beat. But heart AI got 99% of the people in the NBA beat. So it's like, uh, I'm gonna still go with AI. I'm gonna go with AI, and then I'm gonna go with Kobe for the two, and then at the three, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I might have to put. I want to put Kobe and Jordan out there, and then I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with AI, Kobe, Jordan, KD, and Shaq. If I'm gonna
Ooh,
win,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Kobe's gonna be setting a lot of screens on that one to get himself open, and MJ gonna be running around hitting all kinds of shit. Okay, that's solid. That's solid. Now I was watching this interview recently, and I forget who it was. It was a Rick Ross one that we posted. But they were talking about like if you had to cut, if you had to like it was like a 35 kind of question, but like pick a rapper and if you had to really just cut one, no more music and it was just gone, who would that absolutely be? So it's like who's an artist in the world that you could just their music you could just do without? Like who's one that you could just like I'm cool, I don't need to hear anything more from this human. They could just stop.
ooh, that's tough because
I got one. It's who's the Jason Derulo.
I'm talking about on some hip hop shit. I don't ever think I even heard on some hip hop shit. I ain't gonna lie. I can't really get. I can't get with. I can't get with Lil Baby that much.
I feel you on that one. I
But I
feel that
love,
one. I feel that one.
but I like his collabs.
His features always seem to be much more. It's like he goes harder
I
for all that.
can't get
Now,
with Dirk. I can't get with Dirk too much either.
interesting. Is there a particular part of his style?
Now I just said some random shit sometimes. It just be random as hell. Like I don't know, you gotta think, like you said, coming from sports, it's really different because like being on the court, you can't just be you can't just act good. But you're gonna get exposed on the basketball court.
Yeah,
Like you
100%.
can really see the difference in people. Like when you put them dogs all on the court together, and it's like with the music, it's like uh, politic driven and shit, and who got the biggest budget. And I don't. A lot of the stars, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of stars, I'll be like, bro, put me on the court with them. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Give yourself the same tools, and it's definitely going. You got a chance, right? For sure, at the very
Yeah.
least. What would you say?
Nah, it ain't even a chance. It ain't even a chance. There's only a couple artists. It's like you said, it's like hoop. Like who's really good. You could look at people's skill and be like, oh yeah, he's good. Like, feel me? We do that now. So I can look at a lot of people and be like, damn, he does some shit that a lot of people can't do. That shit's hard to do. But
Yeah,
the artist I just named, I don't think it's hard to sound like Dirk or do what Dirk does. And that's no shout out to bro. Bro got hella hits, all the shit. Bro's a
yeah.
legend. Crazy legend.
But it's about when you got a bunch of 3-point shooters and everyone's able to hit. Ultimately, in the same gym, shooting in the same. Who's gonna do it? I feel you on that. We had the question in there, Drake, Bush, Pusha T. Do you listen to a lot of mainstream music? Do you listen? Are you someone that's listening to the Yo Gottis and the Money Bags? And you mentioned Lil Baby, or not Lil Baby. You mentioned Dub Baby. Um, what about What about all them cats? So are those guys all on at all? God did.
I got Meek Mill as my mainstream artist. I'm gonna go with.
I fuck with that. You got a favorite Meek track?
It's some flamer shit. It's called I'm Not a Rapper. It's his first ever mixtape.
Yeah. I
Flamer's number
remember
one.
that was back in 2009, 10.
I don't know. I
That
think
one
so.
goes
Around
back.
there, I was in high
That
school.
shit was crazy.
So
I'll
it's
never
like with the
forget that.
music. Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of mainstream like that.
I feel that. I feel that.
I got a
Well, shit,
buttload
bro. Before we get you on out of here, I know you got the project coming up on the 13th. Do you have anything else you want to share with the people?
I got a project coming out on October 13th. It's a Friday. And then I'm going to drop another project in December. But just like collabs, I'm not collabing with a lot of people from like the place like in Tacoma that I fuck with,
Yeah.
So I just did a song with my little bro, Lil Keys. He got one of the biggest songs in Tacoma right now. Like literally, I'm going crazy. No budget, no nothing. Just a young nigga walking around Tacoma on some shit. Like, but really going crazy right now.
It's fire.
And then I got a couple other collabs dropping for sure. Just the people from Tacoma. So
That's
other than
exciting.
that though,
That's exciting, man. Putting the homie on. Got some new music coming out. Fucking making moves over there in Atlanta and fucking chilling with DJ Drama and at the Future Studio. Shout out to Joe. I got a lot of love for you, bro. I'm excited to keep following. For everybody that's watching, make sure you guys slide over to Spotify. Search 1600 Degree Burns. Search Lewie, Lewie. Look for Louis' Spotify profile. You can search him on YouTube and subscribe to his channel there. He's got a lot of content. He's got a lot of great music from over the years. You guys can hear the progression in his sound. You can hear the bars. He's been in the gym. He's put in the time. He's put in the hours. Signed to a label, getting national tours and getting a lot of performances. So this is somebody that I wanted to make sure we showed love to. Louis, thank you, bro. I appreciate you for joining and giving me your time today. Talk that shit, guys. Make sure you guys go check that out. And we'll be bringing Lewie back on here again soon. Lewie, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate it, bro. We gonna lock in.
I'll see you guys down the road. Okay, we'll be back next week. This was another episode of RMR TV. This was our Tacoma Spotlight series. We'll see you guys again down the road. More music, more interviews, more content. I love y'all. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.